Let's begin with the number. You see, 1 million, 1.2 million, 5.8 million meter cube. Actually, number narrates the success, failures, and the opportunities, isn't it? So, what is it actually? 1 million savings from recycled waste material. I am talking about our company. There is one particular company. 1.2 million is waste heat recovery and from the cogeneration, and the 5.8 million is around waste water recycling. That is also a good savings. So actually this is the one particular company's data. I am quite sure there is around 60 companies we have here. So all are practicing the same modality. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. I am Bayazed Bashar, Chief Business Officer from DBL Ceramics, distinguished guest from China, industry colleagues, peers. I see a lot of familiar faces after long. Today's my topic, driving excellence through efficiency. Very specifically, cost reduction and energy efficiency improvement. Cost reductions becomes efficient only when it does not increase the cost at later stage. Efficiency is not just about the cost cutting, should be sustainable at every step. I'm quite sure all the industrial experts have the same experience. Sometimes some freight supplier, even from China, even from Europe, they come up with some solution that see my freight is competitive price that you are using existing product. If you can compare, there is a huge saving. But end of the day, when we go for the bulk production, we see there is a more than 10% surface crack, 5% pinhole, and there is other problem as well. But the process is expensive end of the day. So cost reductions becomes only efficient when it does not increase the cost, because raw material actually the 30 to 40%, even 40 to 50% of the total cost coming from raw material. So raw material optimization is very important. That I said in the first slide, like from DBL, we could save around more than 1 million USD from the recycled material. We are doing like 8 to 10% water recycling. It should be like, waste material recycling. 2% fire wastage, green wastage, and we can reduce and mitigate the depletion of the clay and the other feldspar. So the recycled material should be used frequently and the significant amount, and it saves a lot. Another challenge, I know everybody facing the same, the present scenario, the ball clay that we are importing from Malaysia. And if you consider FOB prices, like 75 to 80% of the FOB you should add as a ocean freight, and 40 to 50% of the FOB you have to add as a lighter and inland freight cost. And we are giving duty and all the freight charges even on moisture, because 28 to 30% moisture, 32% moisture in some cases, and moist like in clay. So end of the day, the landed cost of this clay becomes like a gold. So still we could not find a right solution for this clay. We are still working. Our team, I know all the companies have the same concern. So we are losing the competitiveness in the export market as well. Same problem for the soda feldspar. Another problem, I told you, that the consistency. Since we are purchasing the bulk material, so every shipment there is a problem of the properties. This is not the same with the next shipment. Like the shrinkage, we always find the shrinkage are not same. If shrinkage are higher end, then you can reduce the firing cycle and productivity is increased. So it's very important to have the consistency of the soda feldspar. So since we are getting from the bulk, the end of the day is a problem. Like a deflocculant, now we are using deflocculant as a sodium silicate as a developer, like when I start my career in ceramic, I find that a lot of like every company sometimes using sodium silicate, they have a combination of the STDP and the sodium silicate. Nowadays, we can depend 100% on sodium silicate because the quality is consistent. Thanks to a local manufacturer, they are producing sodium silicate and we are getting on time with the good quality thanks to local producer. And you see that 50% of like the production cost is less from the imported STDP and the duty is high, 25%. So still our R&D is working for the binder part. Binder, like the binder is around, like we are working with the starch. So from the sources from the wheat, corn, and this is from the local sources. But what are we doing now? We are importing the binder. Value is around 500 to 600 USD and the 25% duty. So the local source, like if we can ensure this, like the binders from the esters, as a esters we can use the binder, I believe we can have a significant saving also from the binder part. You see the value addition, what we are doing in 8 months back, what we have done, we try to reuse all our green wastage, obviously in the main body, and also from the wastage from the press and the wastage from the even fine dust from the dust collector. We try to reuse and the value add, when try to produce the value adding product. And mosaic tiles, we recently introduced the S tiles. This is the, and also the mosaic tiles and a small tile size is 75 by 300, 100 by 100 and 100% from the wastage material. So this waste valorization is very effective and it increase the efficiency as well. The key principle of the waste valorization is resource efficiency. We can use the same resource in the main production and also the small production, and also circular economy. We always reinsert this waste material into the productive material, like the value adding product, the small tiles. End of the day, we are protecting the environment. So the eco-driven innovation from us. And in first slide, I have mentioned that 1.2 million USD could save from the cogeneration and heat recovery. We are using gas to produce electricity from generator, and the thermal energy we are using in a spreader, and also everybody doing the same, I believe. From the clean heat recovery, we are using the dryer part. So significant amount natural gas we could save. In fact, last year it was 18.8 million cubic meter. Valuation is 1.2 million, and this value I think we can also increase if we have a energy efficient clean, because that is very important. The clean is very important. 60% of the gas consumed by the clean. So what we have studied, our team trying to figure out where is the main area we can save. The main part, like if we can use the energy efficient clean. What I have seen that our last clean, like the clean 4, has around 10% less consumption than the clean 3. Then people are using other double layer clean that also have a less cost in per square, if you consider the square feet. And also the optimizing the firing schedule. Sometimes we cannot do a proper scheduling, so improper planning of the mix, so sometimes have a clean gap. We find that have an impact around 20% in operating firing cycle, and 25% is the other techniques. That is also very important, because we have I find that there is less efficient people in the clean area. They could not do the properly the burner setting, like gas and air mixing. They cannot even doesn't know the turning off the burners in the preheating fume combustion. They cannot set. So these techniques also help to reduce to also the gas consumptions. Coming to software part, that is another interesting part we are also trying to follow. We are using the Minitab, and that is integrated with the ERP. Sometimes we need to work with a lot of data. We need to work on abundance of data. We need to analyze in every step. It cannot possible to analyze the product wastage in the paste side and also the clean side and MOR. So there is the abundance of data. What Minitab is doing for us, these are very strong tools, statistical information they are doing for us. Minitab is doing for us from Oracle. We can get the data, and the Minitab is analyzing process capability index like CPK value. If it is more than 1, this is not capable. We need to work on it. If it is 1 to 1.13, it is okay, capable, and more than 1.3 is good. So this kind of analysis help us to increase the efficiency and also the control, the data management. And also nowadays we are also using the Power BI that is also integrated with the Oracle. Recently we have done install Industry 4.0, that is industry revelation 4.0. Sometimes we get even we are using the ERP, we are giving the lot of data, and there is a possibility to have a data manipulation. If we cannot give a proper data in from press, from clean, from glazing line, you will not get the right data and you cannot get the right costing. So what we are doing now, we are integrated this interface, machine interface with the ERP, so we can have a right calculation. We can get what is the wastage from the press, what is the wastage from the clean, what is the production capacity, and also we can get OEE index, operation like equipment, overall equipment effectiveness, that how many times there is a shutdown, so we can have a data of all these issues, so we can control properly. And this Industry 4.0 nowadays will help a lot. Another important process training and learning. Last year we have done around 5,220 hours training, total training, but those training was technical training for sales, leadership training, all of other trainings. But end of the day, still I feel there is a scarcity of the skilled manpower, especially in technical side. Still we did not have a good press technician. Some cases we face problem with the clean technician. So there are a lot of opportunities here. We can work as from associations, from organization part. We can work collaborative way how to improve and skill for our workers. That is very important. QA and QC. What we feel, people only think about the quality control, QC is the main part, but end of the day, quality assurance is very important role, plays a very important role. In our case, what we are doing, this is completely different. Quality assurance is doing proactively. They are working with the process, they are working with the machine, and the quality control doing reactively. They are working with the product, they try to find out the defect, and that is very important. And we try to segregate these things carefully, we separate the quality control team and quality assurance team. And the one example I can share, from quality assurance team, set up a machine and to get increased body slip density from 1.66 to 1.71 gram per cc. Since density is increased, we can have a production capacity spreader part is 660 ton to 760 ton, 100 ton per day. Is a significant increment of the slip. So powdered, sorry. So this is the important part from the quality assurance. So I feel quality assurance team should play an important role nowadays. New technology, because there is a conventional, there is a lot of conventional way we can do a lot of things. We can work continuous process there, we can control the process. The quality assurance team is doing, quality control team also doing the same job. But end of the day, what do we find? The technical revolution is quite more frequent in ceramic if in comparison to others, since we have a textile, I find that technical revelations are more frequent in ceramic. When we start that we're using the rotocolor elastomer, after sometimes we find that we are using the digital printing machine. Obviously, there's reduced the waste and also the consumption. What I feel that already there is other companies doing, but digital application of the engobe glaze and weight, already we have seen that some companies doing in Europe, but that will reduce the glaze and engobe and weight consumption, even the wastage. But initial investment is still quite high, so we are not still not comfortable to go with it. But there is opportunities. Water-based ink instead of the oil-based ink, still there is opportunities, because there is issues of the order, and then during the process there is also the problem, environmental issues are there. But water-based slowly growing to be very familiar. Still in Europe that is very strictly followed, but we try to, if we can incorporate in later stage, I believe that will also help. And eutectic body composition, because we try to lower the the firing temperature. If we can reduce temperature in a clean, so in a way we can obviously reduce the consumption of gas. Sometimes people use talc to reduce the firing temperature, but still we are trying to find out the best composition to have this eutectic body composition. And I see that there is a spreader, even energy optimizations. People are also using now from clean to a spreader, and also working on suppliers working on, like in some cases, to reduce the energy loss. So I believe in future, if we can incorporate all these things, we can have a significant cost reduction. And finally, what I want to say, that an efficient future begins with shared responsibility. Because if we can have a collaborative and cumulative effort from individual, from even organizations, even from our Chinese, like from you, counterpart, even associations, I think we can have a best practices for these cost reductions and efficiency improvement. That is very important. So the ceramics industry doesn't need the follower, we need the pioneer. Still, there's a lot of opportunities to improve in every stage. Let's build a legacy of efficiency, quality, and the sustainability together. Thank you very much. Thank you all the stakeholders. Thank you for your presence. Thank you.